Good morning. How's everybody doing today? I'm Connie Fuksa with Foote Title Group, where we protect your home ownership. Today, I always am saying to you guys, give me some topics, tell me some things that are questions as we talk about stuff that may be things that you don't understand. I have lots of information that I like to share, but I'd much rather give you information on things that you have questions about. So I always love it when people share questions. And as I told you recently, my son just bought a new house, his first house, and it's been really exciting. But a lot of things have come up that reminded me that there's so many little pieces of things that maybe you guys don't understand that I just take for granted because I've been doing this for a long time. So one of the things that I noticed while I was sorting through mail and trying to help him understand some things after the closing was, what happens, what is all this mail? What is all this stuff I'm getting after closing? And obviously a lot of it is because somehow when you purchased that house, you got on somebody's list, and now, the alarm guys coming out, you're getting information from all kinds of different services. But here's one thing I did want to talk about specifically to you guys today. So you can unsubscribe from a lot of those lists. So just look through the information and make sure that you're not getting targeted with a lot of that stuff. But one of the things I did want to talk about for that first-time home buyer, or the first time that you've purchased a house, or maybe you haven't purchased one in a long time and you just purchased one and you're starting to see some things, one of the big things I wanted to talk about was this insurance to protect your mortgage. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. Hey Chip, hey Dominic, hi Ann, how are you this morning? Thank you guys all for tuning in. Hi Phil. I really appreciate your time, and I take it very seriously when you guys tune in. So thanks so much for that time. So the thing I wanted to talk about today that comes in that mail after that home closing is a notification from a lot of different places that looks very official, that is for insurance that will protect you if something happens that will make your mortgage payments for you. Now, I wanted to talk about this specifically because you certainly have the option to do what you want, but I want you to understand that when you get some of this mail and it looks really official, that it isn't necessarily something that came from your mortgage company. What happened is somehow you got on a list. People with some of these different companies, not just those companies, but a lot of companies, scour information in areas with new home buyers, and there's all kinds of lists that pop up, and it's not that your mortgage company shared that information, but your home ownership is now public record, and so anyone can search the land records and can search some of those types of things to gather this information to target you and send you these kind of pieces of literature. So when he purchased his house, a lot of things started coming in the mail, and one of those was several different pieces of official looking material from different companies that were insurance companies that will insure you if something happens. Say you have a car accident, you're disabled, and you're having trouble making your mortgage payment, that it will help you with that mortgage payment. The reason I wanted to bring this up is because although that insurance does that and it gives you some protection, it also will pay off the mortgage if something happens to you. And a lot of times it can be added straight to your mortgage payment. So a lot of people pick that up for ease because, wow, it's right in my mortgage payment. I don't have to think about it anymore. It's not really it doesn't cost very much, because those are low cost insurances because they do them in big pools of people. But the one thing I want to caution you about, and I just want to bring to your attention and maybe give you something to think about, is that type of insurance only covers that house and you if something happens to that. So the concern about that is, what happens if you buy that insurance and something happens to you? Then you have, let's say you have a $150,000 policy, and at the time something happens to you, you only owe $100,000 on that mortgage. Well, that's all they're going to pay off on that mortgage, and that other $50,000 is not available to you. So the reason I bring this up is because if you go out and find, or just call the insurance agent that does your home insurance, that does your auto insurance, and ask them about doing life insurance if something was to happen to you, and or potentially some disability insurance, that if something was to happen to you that would help you repay that mortgage, so that you have the full advantage of that full insurance policy to do whatever you want. Let's say, for example, that happened, that you had that mortgage insurance policy, that if something happens to you, that it pays off that mortgage. And let's say that the people that are your surviving heirs don't want to pay off that mortgage. They want to keep the house. They want to hold on to that mortgage because it's a great tax write-off, and they want to use those funds to help with some other things. Maybe to pay off a car, maybe to settle up some other financial situations that you have. If you have the mortgage insurance that's included in your mortgage, then it will only pay off that mortgage, and it will not give you the advantage to have the luxury of doing whatever is necessary for your heirs with those funds after something happens to you. So a traditional life insurance policy will give you a lot more flexibility, give your heirs a lot more flexibility to be able to do what they want with the funds that you have been paying in to secure in case something happens. So that's a piece that's in that mail that maybe you want to think about or understand. When you buy that first house, you may be seeing all different kinds of mail with all kinds of information, and one of those is going to be several different companies asking you if you want to do this, which is get this insurance. It looks very official, and it looks like it came from your mortgage company. So if you have questions about it, I don't write life insurance, but I have several valuable professionals that we work with that I can refer you to that can talk you through this a little bit better. But the reason I bring this up is because I want to make sure that your radar is on, that you're paying attention, and that you're not in a situation that maybe you haven't thought through or you don't even understand necessarily. So, hey, Nancy, how are you? Good morning. Shelly, how are you? Hey, Billy, nice to see you. I hope you're feeling better. Mike and Greg told me all about the issue that you were having, and wow, that was pretty scary. So thanks for tuning in. It's good to see you. So I don't know everything about all of these things with real estate, but as we come through with some of these types of things that come up, and like I said, my son buying his first house has reminded me about a lot of these things that come up that I don't always see immediately or right in front of me that you guys may be seeing. And so I wanted to share some of that. So all I'm asking you is to have your radar on and to ask questions. Don't just arbitrarily do something like that that may not be the best setup for you. Now, with that said, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those insurances, because that is a perfectly good situation for several different types of people in their personal scenarios. What I'm asking you is ask questions. Talk to an insurance professional and say, gosh, this is an option. Let me get some more information on some other options and make the best decision. So, hey, Bridget, how are you? Good to see you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. So lots of other things come in the mail after that. You're going to see things about home security companies, cleaning companies, the cable, and satellite TV, it's a phone company, all different kinds of things you're going to get information on. And those are, obviously some things you maybe need to think about, or maybe can price out some different stuff. But the big one I wanted to talk about was insurance that ensures that your mortgage will be paid off if something happens to you. You'll get a lot of those pieces of information. And I just wanted to share with you that particular setup doesn't always necessarily give you the flexibility for your heirs to be able to do what they want with those funds. It only pays off the mortgage. So hopefully I helped you with a little bit of information today. I'm Connie Fuksa, and I like to share information and help you when it comes to real estate. So if you have a question, if there's something you don't understand, I don't know all the answers, but I've been doing this for a long, long time, and I work with a lot of great professionals that I can share information with you to get the right answers for you. So hopefully I helped you a little bit today. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. As always, please check out our website for this information, other blog posts that we post about other questions you may have. There's all kinds of tools on there. If you're a buyer, go to the buyers page and go to the resources there. If you're a seller, there's a whole section for sellers on that resources page. And if you're a realtor or lender, again, there's a realtor and lenders page that has a lot of resources. If you want to calculate some costs for closing, there's a cost calculator right on the right-hand side. You do have to log in because it allows you to save the information. So if you're looking at different houses, you can go in and adjust the information. It has no connection of any email information that we're going to be sending you or sending you too much information that maybe you don't want. It just allows us to be able to so you can save that information so you can go back in and make changes if you want to. So thank you guys so much for your time and tuning in today. Please check us out a couple of times a week, Coffee with Connie. I love getting on in the morning and talking to you guys about things that come up. If you have ideas, questions, concerns, please share them with me. Hey, Anita, how are you this morning? So you guys have an awesome day. I look forward to working with you soon. Remember, you have the right to choose who does your home closing. So think about it, ask questions, choose someone that's going to protect your home ownership. I'm Connie Fuksa with Foote Title Group, where that's what we do is we do your home closing, make sure it's smooth and simple, and protect your home ownership after the closing. Have a great day, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.